ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಂದಿ ಅನ್ಗಳ ಕಳಿಸಲ್ಲ ಅಂಕೋ ಮುಖಾನ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ
69 balls, so runs flowing every part of the innings here from CA11. This ball captures the outside edge and it's defended out onto the onside. There's plenty of gaps there because there's 5 men on the infield, on the outfield, and there's a throw. Bowles and Williams, but says not out and picks up 2 more.
This is really interesting, Jack. We would be expected to be off to lunch.
I
just wonder if the Indians are going to maybe try and reduce this game to a 1 innings side match. To say that I don't think batting's important for them in the second dig, but a couple of days we've had long in the field, they might decide they've had enough. That's another leg spinner.
Yeah, getting pitched outside, leg stump, and Coleman just trying to work it around the corner, but they do have a fine leg and a shortish leg slip in position. A short, fine leg. Ashwin again around the wicket. Again, that leg spin type action as it's thrown up, and Coleman defends this one a little bit awkwardly. It wouldn't surprise me. They've had 2 really tough days. They've already had Dave batting, and with the injury to Prithvi Shaw, they might just be happy to end the game here. It's thrown up, and this ball's swatted out to the onside, but straight to Swiller. The other option is they're just playing until 1 to try and get as much cricket in this session and trying to get this last wicket, but it's not forthcoming. Coleman's 26, Roberts is 31, 3 from the over. 143 overs in this innings, and the CA11 9 for 527, a lead of 169, and the CA11 over the years in tour matches have had a fair bit of success. We saw what they did against England last year, where we saw Jason Sanger get that big century and a 5-wicket haul to Dan Fallon's, but back a couple of years ago was when Brian Carter's and Aaron Finch, I think, put on 200 for the opening week of a 300 or 500 for the a big partnership as this ball is crunched down the ground, but well fielded at long one for no run.
Yeah, that was a game out of Blacktown. Cricket Australia 11 and New Zealand. Aaron Finch would be absolutely filthy. His skipper declared it was about 280 odd. And Ryan Carter's both doubling up in that one.
Cuts Pajara again. This one's cut, and it's cut extremely well in front of point for 4. Really well timed, and the placement was exquisite from Robbins, who just leant back and cracked that through that cover point region. 1 more boundary to his tally. He goes to 35 from 60. 9 for 531.
Yeah, it's just a really good cricket shot. Talking about it with Coleman. Robbins as well. Really good account of himself.
Skips in once more. He's back and has to defend this one, which doesn't get up quite as high as he was expecting. But then comfortably defensively. 12:43 local time here in Sydney. This ball is again well defended. VJ's been decent though into his 5th over, only. Going for a tick above 3 and over. Let's put the ball in decent spots. He's dragged a couple of them short, which have been dispatched. Now Robbins drives, not out of the middle, but a mistimed shot gives them enough time to scurry through for a single. So we spoke about Luke Robbins at the bowling crease, and he 1 for 59 in the first innings as Coleman drives. Now it's a long off here. There's a shot at the stumps. Would have been close shave, but Coleman gets through for the single and will retain the strike as well as they collect 6 from that over. Runs just keep on flowing for the Cricket Australia 11. 9 for 533. Coleman 27. Robbins 36. The Stars with the batter being Harry Nilsson, who made 100 earlier today. Might have just been home, Maxie. It was a close shave, but didn't get home in the end. But as I mentioned, Harry Nilsson made 100, Aaron Hardy 86, and then half tons to Darcy Short 74, and a really exciting innings by Max Bryant, who made 62. And obviously supporting digs by Carter 38, Whiteman 35. Fallons has made 43 now. Robbins and Coleman. The only player that has missed out was poor old Parnapal and Jonathan Merlot. So they might have to share a drink together and speak about their woes of not cashing in on what looks to be a pretty favourable pitch for the batsman. Coleman facing up here to Ashwin. He's forward and defending, and if you came to this game and didn't know any of these two players, you'd think it's the numbers 3 and 4 out there at the moment. That's how well they're playing, Max.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Jack. They're looking great.
Ashwin, and he's forward and driving really well down the ground is Coleman. Beautiful shot. And that one is going to be pulled back just inside the boundary. Good piece of work out there in the deep. And they'll come back for 3 runs. So another really confident stroke there by Coleman, which takes him into the 30s. He's met the ball on the up and just punched it down the ground as it slowed up in the outfield a little bit.
It's been a pretty good year for CA11s, Jack.
Back and just dropping that onto the onside is Robbins. So Robbins 36, Coleman 30.
At this result, first innings lead of 178 in this tour match to the victory they had against the South Africa.
Thrown up and well defended back down the ground.
Also a couple of stars in that game. Josh Felipe, Jason Sanger had a good game, and George Bailey as well.
In and again, very compact is Robbins, moving his feet well around the crease as he uses the bat pad to defend that one out onto the offside. Last ball of Ashwin's over here, over the wicket. It's wide, it spins in, and it's dispatched out through extra cover. Finds plenty of green pastures out there. Does Luke Robbins, who picks up 2 more, goes to 38. Pick up 5 off the over, 9 for 538 as well. And
partnership between this pair as well, which is what you want for your last wicket. And the players don't want to have lunch, Jack, but I'm going to take a spell. Welcome back, Gav Joshi, into the box.
So, they just continue to rumble on. The Cricket Australia 11, a really nice partnership here at 50 for the last wicket. We saw Aaron Hardy make 86, and Harry Nilsson make 100 half centuries to Darcy Short, and Max Bryant at the top of the order. The runs have just flowed really this day, considering we saw them resume at 6 for 356. So they've added 180 in this morning session, and they've lost just the 3 wickets as well. So an extended session, apparently. No one to tell us, but commentators are normally the last ones to know. As welcome Gav Joshi back into the box with a score at 9 for 538.
Yeah, I was just about to have lunch, and then the play just kept going on, and looks like these two are going to bat out till 1 o'clock. We're still about 13 minutes with the lunch, of course, can be extended by half an hour. In fact, that 9 wickets is one of these, let's say, weird rules in cricket.
It's back and just pushing this one out through gully. Bristolly done there by Coleman for a single. Well, you got to feel sorry for the Indians. A 3-hour session.
Well,
it's not something you're used to, as a half is normally that.
Yeah, 2.5 years. Some of the Ranji Trophy games in India actually go for 2.5 hours, the first session. Just the way that they structured themselves. So you normally see them start at 9:30, go to 12. You have another session from 12 to 40%, of course, and another hour and a half, and then you have the 2 hours at the end.
That's right.
Not sure what the logic is behind that. Could be, the harsh conditions, the sun, especially the subcontinent. And also, you play in different parts of India as well. When you go to the eastern states, there's no different time zones in India. So you've got Mumbai on the west coast, and you've got Kolkata on the east coast, and they're a good 2,000 kilometres apart. And so because there's no different time zones, the sun rises in the east in Kolkata at say 5 a.m. So some of the matches there can start as early as sort of 8:30, and by about say 4:30 especially, it starts getting dark. So well, if you look at the Western states, they can start at 9:30 and play until 5 p.m. So different. So maybe, yeah, they're definitely not used to playing for 3 hours, but 2.5, I'm sure. But it's always frustrating when you can't get the last pair out.
Yes, it is, isn't it? And it's been a 50-plus run partnership for this pair. 51 to be exact. Coleman 31 from 46, and Roberts 38 from 70. The wickets that have fallen today. Aaron Hardy caught pants off the bowling of Sharma for 86. Nilsson was caught yet up on Kohli for a brilliant 100. As we see, continued a strong appeal for LBW, but it was turned down straight away. Ashwin searching for the third wicket. And then we saw Dan Fallons, who played a very handy lower order innings, was bowled by Ravi Ashwin for 43. But since then, not too much joy, although there was almost some joy here for Ravi Ashwin. Just drifting down the leg side.
Sliding down leg for sure. Just see a bit of frustration in Ravi Ashwin, just the way he appealed for that, almost pleading with the umpire.
It's been driven on the up, down to mid-off by Coleman, no run.
And the off-spinners don't do well in Australia generally, apart from Nathan Lyon. Really great Matthias Muralidharan. It's the outer edge of the bat. He'll come back for 2, but look at Matthias Muralidharan, Grant, Swan, Ravi Ashwin. They haven't traditionally done very well. They get murdered out here, just for the fact that you need to be able to beat the batsman through the air and not off the pitch. And I'm sure that the pitch out here, what we've got, is going to resemble what we're going to see during the summer. Of course, with different quality of bowling, with Nathan Lyon, of course, and Stark and Hazelwood and Cummings.
Oh, it's caught an inside edge, has it? Well, it would have been pretty close. He kind of bamboozled Coleman there a little bit. Probably the best ball we've seen from Ashwin for a while. And that point you make, Gav, probably kind of sums up why Nathan Lyon is such a good bowler, is his ability to beat players through the air, but then be able to do that in other parts of the world as well. Ashwin this one skids on a little bit, and Coleman gets well in behind it.
And if you just look at Nathan Lyon's wicket patterns, a lot of them are caught at bat pad or silly point or even leg slip, which I feel is almost more of an attacking position for Nathan Lyon rather than a traditional slip. Just the way how he gets the ball to bounce and turn, and you see the batsman playing in front of their pad and just trying to work with the spin, and he gets that extra bounce, and he gets a lot of catches going to that leg gully, leg slip. So that's something that you probably won't see a lot from Ravi Ashwin, just the style of bowler he is. So yeah, it is frustrating for India right now not being able to get this final wicket, but this is reality. And yes, this is a tour match and they might not be going full throttle, but this is what they're going to have to expect and what they're going to have to come across in the test series, because just because you get rid of, say, 5 or 6 batsmen, it doesn't mean the batting is over. I mean, we know Pat Cummins, who I think is an extremely good batsman. I mean, a lower order batsman. He got a technique to maybe even bat at number 7 sometimes later on in the game. We know Mitchell Stark can hang around, and apart from Nathan Lyon and, say, Josh Hazelwood,
बहुत धीरे चल रहा है यहाँ पे.
The bottom 4 can just add 100. It's a lot of difference between 150 and 250 as we see this ball just cross-batted out into the offside. And I think we've seen that in the Ashes, even dating back to when Mitchell Johnson was part of the team, and the way that Brad Haddon used to bat with the low order. And I think Tim Payne's probably in a similar vein. He's happy to stick around there with, you wouldn't say the tail, but the lower order of those Australian guys, and kind of happy to